Greetings, I am Liz, and I use she, her.
And I am Scandal, and I use they, them.
And let's play a game together.
Oh my God.
Alrighty, guys, we are so excited. Welcome aboard. This is
The Remainder.
Okay, and so there's some really fun, cool things about this game, including that the original art was done as traditional art.
Yes, and then it was scanned in, and then it was edited as necessary, but its original base is completely traditional.
And it's so cool. We are really excited about this. So we actually started this game on Twitch.
Yes.
Because we wanted to play it live, but the game is way too graphics intensive, and we couldn't stream it and play it at the same time.
Yes.
So instead, you lovely people get to enjoy it here on YouTube.
Yes!
So we have played through a little bit of this game, but we're still going to try and come at it as though it's new to us, as best as possible, though we'll certainly be, expositing things that we've loved and or liked the first time around.
Yes.
And then we will hit the new stuff together.
All right. So here we go. The Remainder. Oh, and for y'all at home, The Remainder was a part of, I believe, the Palestine or the Queer Bundle. I'll have to check. Look in the description. We will put in there which bundle we got it out of.
It was a bundle supporting basically people who are not in the most privileged of classes. Either way.
Yes, either way, helping people around the world. Here we go. Let's start.
How to play. Click anywhere on the screen to progress the story. Choices you make along the way will determine your fate. If you missed something, you can read it again in the history. Once you discover a letter or a journal entry, you can find it in the gallery. Hover over the diamond to reveal a menu item. The story will include descriptions of violence, death, and suicide, as well as mentions of mind-altering substances and activities. It is recommended for mature audiences.
Yes!
So, all of those at your own discretion. Please be good to yourselves, guys. We haven't run into really any of those except for the mind-altering sort of states. But yeah, do take care of yourselves and be safe with what you can handle. Waves crash in the distance. Cicadas chirp. A breeze caresses our hair. The sun warms our skin. All is well. We're sitting on a rug, laid on the grass, hands linked together. Our singing voices float up in unison. My chest vibrates. I can feel the air in our bodies move as one. The space between us hums with power. I close my eyes and smile, savoring the feeling. My dream is coming true. Just a little longer. Their singing falters and I peer at them curiously, trying to hide my annoyance. Why did you stop? They squeeze my hand with a smile and shake their head. Their skin is cold and clammy. Huh? What has gotten into you? I ask. This part actually scared me the first time because I was like, oh no, is it going to be the spooky?
Oh no!
They gesture at the sky with an outstretched hand. I look up. The sun has ducked behind a cloud. Drops of wetness fall softly, padding to the ground. You don't see it yet, do you? I frown, still peering up. What do you mean? When I lower my gaze, they're not there. Pressing my lips together, I stand up and search around me. So yeah, all of these backgrounds, they were done with like ink and, with pen over, pencil base, and they were scanned into a computer, and they're so pretty.
They're really pretty.
I love them.
They're so good!
Yes.
God, I love the art in this game.
Pressing my lips together, I stand up and search around me. Where did you go? It's pouring now. The cicadas are silent. Wind rips at my clothes. I look at my hands. Thick, warm, red. A sweet scent fills my nostrils. I venture a lick. That is bolder than I would be.
Wait more. Also, you lick your hands?
Yes.
Mlem.
Mlem. Metallic. Greasy. Blebby mlems. What in Laura's name is happening? Darkness falls. Soon I can barely make out the silhouette of my hands. A sense of urgency grips me. I run to the tower and throw open the door, shouting, "Where are you?" Empty halls stretch before me, echoing my question. Again, I love this art. I am thrilled by the tiny details, the cross-hatching shadows, the intricate stonework, and just the whole sort of Zen tangle of some of it and the decisions. Also, the lighting and shadows really beautiful.
I mean, the quality of just having each of the stones, especially in the front, that have all the detail work on them is amazing.
It's really good. And the tile floor leading to the wood floor, leading to the concrete floor.
Mm-hmm.
It's lovely. Echoing my question. In the far end, a figure is walking away in the dark. Hey, wait! Shouting, I run after them. feet pounding upon the sticky, wet stones, echoing loudly. Squelch, squelch, squelch. I said, wait! What was their name again? Why can't I remember? Why are you surprised? What? My, look at you. The voice chuckles. Falling short, where it counts again. I ignore it and keep running. Sink the name, I'll know them when I find them. Another thing I loved about this game that only took me a second to catch on to, because it was really well done, is the custom explicatives, the custom curses.
Yes.
Like sink and deep, they're just really good.
Yes.
I grab the slippery doorknob and barge into the room. Nothing. Another door. Also, I loved that room too. I love all of these environments.
They're so good. I can't even express to you how, we're both being kind of quiet because we've seen a lot of this already, and also I just want you guys to take in the atmosphere. It's so good.
It's just, I'm just gonna comment on the things I love about this game. Another door. Nothing. I run my hands over my hair, fingers dragging into my scalp. What the? I recoil when I realize the sticky stuff is smeared all over. I wipe it on my clothes, but it won't come off. You now have nicely gelled sticky hair.
Nicely gelled bloody hair.
I assume. Sink this! I curse. Clench my teeth and storm through yet another door. Look! Look at the door. Poor great Magus. All alone in their tall stone prison. Shut up. My voice echoes back as I stand in an empty room. Hot breaths rasp in my throat. Why was I running so hard? Why am I so tired? Why was I struggling? My legs tremble and I sink to my knees. It's alright. Everything is fine. Whatever it was, it doesn't matter now. Eyelids heavy, comforting numbness envelops me. I close my eyes and crumble to the floor just for a moment. Everything's fine. It's completely fine.
The sea in every direction, endless, a diamond dusting of moonlight across the surface above me. I look down into the depth, a pressure against my chest as the darkness stirs. A star, then two, then a constellation glitters into life. They approach. The darkness was not the bottomless sea, but the body of an enormous fish, its silhouette filling my entire view. A gaping mouth splits open from horizon to horizon, a deeper black within. Approaching, buzzing. The progenitor hag, Swerthel, comes for me. I should be afraid. Her mouth, now all-encompassing, blots out the last remainder of feeble illumination around me. I should be afraid. Why am I not? The mouth shuts with a distant clang. A flash of lightning across the eyelid sky.
Ooh. Why? Where?
Wake up. What? Come on, wake up!
Breaking light in the comforting darkness. A rumbling rises and falls in an anti-music rhythm. Calm coolness gives way to crushing heat. A blanket of boulders smothers me. Honestly, boulder on top is a terrible position.
That's really horrible. The boulder is disappointed. Aye, you alright? Hang on.
You got this.
Hold on.
So my friend had a voice
the thing is I'm mixing them up with another accent. It's okay. Aye, you alright? You hear me?
My eyes struggle open to a face. No. Go away. Someone grips my shoulders and squeezes.
Still a bit out of it, eh?
That metallic and greasy buzzing sound crescendos and my mouth tastes of iron. Blech. A hand is laid upon my forehead. Better than an ashtray. Oh, I open my eyes again. It's easier this time. But the rest of my body is still heavy as stones. I can't budge a hair. Is your hair normally budgeable?
It's a budgery guy. Favorish, but no obvious wounds. You'll be fine, I dare say.
Their brows furrow deeper.
Stay still and listen to me carefully. Your spell had gone very, very wrong. It's gonna kill us, and I haven't got much time to fix it.
I love how intense they start out, just in the middle of everything. They're like, start with the action. Also, characters in here are fucking beautiful.
Oh my god.
Look at this person. After a pause, they pat my hand as if an afterthought. What are you talking about? What spell? I work my stiff tongue.
Don't worry about that. Just stay put. I'll deal with it.
The gestures make me so happy. They turn and stride off. Hey, wait! What's a hoarseness burns my throat, and I wheeze. I peer around, trying to get a hold of my surroundings. I must be dizzy still. Everything's spinning. Why are the books flying? I squeeze my eyes shut again. This is one of the things that killed it for us on Twitch.
I know!
The animation in here, I don't know if the scenes are just really huge or what they use to animate it or what have you, like if the graphic like pixelation is super high, but our computer couldn't handle it at all.
At least in
and we're on a
regards to
stream.
streaming, yeah.
But this is such a fun little thing.
Oh, it looks so good.
This is not happening. I'll wake up soon. Sounds trickle in. Rustling, clinking, a storm raging outside, a guttural buzzing. How can I sleep like this? Annoyed, I drag myself sluggishly to my feet. An urge to gag rises. Rubbing my throbbing temples, tasting a foulness in my mouth, I force down the bile. What did I do last night? That incessant buzzing. I rub my eyes again to clear them and look for the source of the sound. I am grateful that they didn't do the buzzing as part of their sound effects because this music, I love the shit out of it.
Pretty.
And it's really nice. As I catch sight of it, a cold terror creeps up my spine. A pulsing, churning thing is suspended in the air, like space is swallowing itself. Waves of moist, brilliant heat spew from it. Ah, yes, the collapse of a star in the center of your room. It's on Twitch it was great because we had the an aurora borealis. At this time of year, located centrally in only your kitchen. Yes. Can I see it? No. The transparency, the symmetry, the stench, the singing. Breath catching in my throat, I freeze. What in Laura's name is that? Shades huddle beneath the shapes huddle beneath the grotesque thing in the air. As I step around to get a better look, they resolve into figures. Midnight, silent, and still as bones. The white-haired person who woke me earlier stands still. Another person is curled up on the floor, their face a mask of anguish. The emblem of a high magus hangs around their neck. The image of an eel coils around their arm. Why do I know these symbols? Whitehair's hands are raised in a peculiar gesture toward the vortex looming overhead. I love sometimes how you name people in your own head without even meaning to because you're just trying to organize your reality.
Right.
Hey, I whimper. What are you doing? What is that thing? It looks like they are frozen in place. Hello? I ask again. No movement. I bump into something and look to see a couch. Beside it, there's a table on which cups lay about like drunkards. They lay around boozily. Inkwell, quills, and crumpled papers are strewn across the table, and the stones beneath. A few bottles are still dripping from the mouths. Dark red spots splatter across the floor. A crash from somewhere else in the cavernous chamber pierces the silence, jolting me. I duck behind the couch, heart pounding fast. There comes a bang, sound of glass shattering. Shouting. A cacophony reverberates painfully from the walls around me. I clutch my ears. I didn't think about this one too much the first time through, but I was wondering if basically it means there are other people here, just outside of this room, basically.
Right.
So, like, there's more shit going on outside of this primary room, and that's kind of a mess as well.
Right.
Are there people fighting here? Please, let me wake up already. This is not funny anymore. As abruptly as they came, the sounds die down. Is it over? Or if it's basically a result of the sort of void thing. Clamming eyes shut, I try to block out the buzzing, praying, let this be over soon. Let this be over soon. Let this...
How did you get there?
I nearly jump at the voice. The white-haired person is back, slumped next to the couch, head lolled and hand to their shoulder, breath shallow. I love the whole, like, elegant jumpsuit thing that also includes boots, essentially. That is somewhere between fantasy and, like, sci-fi, and also it's just sort of this beautiful, nondescript high fantasy clothing.
Right.
It makes me happy. What? I just saw you over there. I turn and see the same person, still in the spot, under the vortex, and my mouth hangs open. What? Why are there two of you? I turn back to ask and see something drip from them. The glistening fluid shimmers and vanishes after it hits the floor. Are you melting? I back away a step. I heard shouting. Is there someone else here? They try to speak, but wince instead. Eyes closed, throat bobbing. Spitting out something black and then resting their head back. They flash a sly grin and whisper,
Yes, but now it wishes it never said.
Violent coughing interrupts them. More fluid drips down and evaporates. I wrinkle my nose. I see. I don't see. How are you? Fine. I'm literally dying. Hang on, not fine, but, one of those corrections. What in the depth is going on here?
What does it look like?
They say. I glance around the room with a scowl, taking care to avoid the floating thing. Like the end of the world? Another wince. They lift a finger and point.
What about that? Do you recognize it?
I realize they mean the vortex and to avert my eyes. No. Devarna, no. Absolutely not. Should I? Do you two know each other? No, I've never met them, I swear.
Oh, God! Ew.
That's sort of like gently hiding your eyes. No, we've never met. Should I? I can't resist a shudder. They grimace.
Sink me. Not even that. Your handiwork?
Excuse me? I scoff.
You heard me. Oh, that thing's here because of you. The Abyss Devourer. Adored to the last place you'd ever want to be. Make no mistake.
Their eyes widen with fear and their mouth curls in disgust. Curiosity rising, I push myself upright and study the scene again. Nope, I don't think. I think I would remember doing something like that. The unmoving figures catch my sight.
Figure, not figures.
It is figures. There's one unmoving underneath.
Yeah, those ones.
And
okay.
and one like them standing over there.
Right.
Yeah, there are two. You still didn't tell me why there are two of you or who that other person on the floor is. They gesture at the prone figure.
Bit slow on the uptake, aren't we? That's you, the one who caused all of this. Our great magus, Farseer, saviour of Darren Square, prodigy of the age, and so on and so forth.
You know what? Okay, so it occurs to me, like, I know a couple of things, because we haven't gone too much farther in this game, but we have been through this part. And I'm like, they just gave you a whole bunch of epithets.
They did.
What if you latch on to one of those as your name? Like Farseer? Kind of thing, because later in the game. Anyway, I don't know. I haven't decided about that. But anyway, I think it's funny. And like you and your brain trying to go, wait, all of these things?
Right.
They're looking directly at me now.
Tell me you at least remember your name.
And so my name, you get to name the character. And last time we did something a little bit more playful, but I can't decide without an audience here directly if we should again.
It's also because we have a little bit more information now.
So I had wanted to do an amnesia thing originally and be like, all you can remember is, well, I'm a magus, so magus, kind of thing.
Right, because that's also what you've been calling me. Not that I am a magus, but you've
been calling me magus. You keep
giving
me
these epithets and these titles of going, you're the magus, you did this thing, blah, blah, blah,
And so I picked that as the name last time, but also then they're like, you find it, like engraved on your book. And so I didn't want to, you can't actually pick the wrong name. It does choose your name, so I wanted to do something different this time.
Yeah.
Like, Ven would be okay, Do you have any opinions, thoughts?
I don't really. I kind of want to go with Vin this time, but just because I'm like, I've seen this, and I'm kind of now I get, okay, because like before it made total sense, and we got to go like, oh, that just literally just becomes your name.
Yeah.
Like you have no choice. You have to actually remember your name.
And I kind of wanted to not, honestly. Or have the game, you know, like disagree with you kind of thing. And it would be interesting, honestly, to like come to a book and be like, there's a thing written on it that to you, the player, doesn't mean anything and isn't your name at all.
Right.
And so you could pick a name you don't remember, and then this character would just go with it, going, well, if that's what you remember.
I mean, we could just go with Vin. I don't think it'll really hurt anything. Especially, again, like, the thing is that we also, so in this game, one of the things we thought was interesting, and I kind of looked this up, is the developers of this game actually talked about going, we had initially tried doing actually the sort of usual visual novel thing that they were used to seeing, and that we've been pretty used to seeing, is where you get to play who you want.
So a blank MC.
Right, and they were like, we've actually ended up, as we've gone on, we've written more, this has actually now become more of a character. So here, you have the option actually to play a character or play yourself. And we were like, our whole shtick is playing the character you wrote.
Yeah, and we try and do that really hard. Even in games that mean to leave it blank and open, we have this very strong habit of going, we're going to see what contextual clues you have for what you were thinking of, even as you tried to leave it blank.
Right. So I would say go with Vin, because that's our whole style.
I love that idea. Okay, I love that. Thank you. Let's do that. All right, so my name, Vin. Let's see. The words tickle at the inside of my head. Magus Vin. They say weekly.
Not a slight dire situation, but it is somewhat amusing to see yourself like this.
I love their goddamn expressions. They have a lot of expressions too. From the visual novels that I've seen, this is a lot more expressions on this character than I'm used to.
Yeah.
Also, their eyelashes are just so fluffy.
They're
it makes
so
me
good.
happy.
On point.
It's so beautiful. Amused. Try. Skeptical. Even if I believe you that I'm this Vin character, that still doesn't explain who's lying on the floor there. The stranger shakes their head and chuckles and looks nervous, and they have several side eyes, and I just love their expressions. Then tilts their head limply toward an ornate mirror meandering through the air nearby.
Easier if you go see yourself.
I roll my eyes. She's like, I don't have time for... Step to the mirror and pull off its velvet cover. Show me how I look. Okay, so this one, we actually, I just freaking love the goddamn art in this game so incredibly much. I wanted even initially to see what else the artist did. So we're going to go ahead and do this again.
Right.
Is this me? Yes, because you look freaking amazing. And I can't stand it. Also, the layered, colored braid is so good.
It's so good.
And the eel tattoo is there, and the fun pants and everything. I also love that you have mismatched sleeves, because the one side is you just literally have the asymmetrical shirt, so you can have your tattoo visible. This is so cool. Also, the whole, skin texture pattern thing. Yes, this is totally you.
Yeah, so this is the thing we were talking about, actually, where they were like, we'll leave the option so you can still basically play what you want, but we really did want to sort of play with this character.
Yeah, they explained themselves that as they wrote it, they realized that Vin was a complete person. And in the way that we both just play whole character persons, and we also do it in our roleplay stuff too, that they're just we weren't writing a vague idea, we were writing a person with different possible things they could choose. And so if you say no, it just doesn't define your character portrait. But they were actually talking about eventually in updates and stuff, maybe offering more options for character portraits.
Yeah, so you could actually have your own portrait you can put in.
That kind
and
of
I was kind of like, I really like this. I wish people would do it more often. But again, I'm like, I came to play your story. I
did. I didn't come to self-insert. I wanted to enjoy
also
your experience.
I can identify with those characters. That is the whole point of the story. The fact that actually, so many people go, well, it's so you can increase your own level of identification. You can be in the story. I'm like, but I'm already in the story.
I was gonna say, I can still completely disconnect and have escapism with someone else. It doesn't have to be me.
Yeah.
Also, when it is me, they often don't choose things I would choose. So
Which irritates them.
This is me. Yes, we look amazing. Also, super cool. Good job. I just love this art.
God, it's so pretty.
What I see leaves me stunned. The figure in the mirror is the spitting image of the person on the floor.
If I had one tiny little critique, your character looks incredibly posed for somebody who seems deeply confused and at odds with himself.
I was gonna say, this feels like a very standard character portrait for someone who's just, like, had themselves messed up real hard. So while I love that it's basically a character portrait selection screen as far as, like, stepping outside of the game is concerned.
Yeah.
Inside of the game, we should see, like, there's a level of grumpiness that makes sense, but I picture us way more disheveled than that.
Yeah, no, I do too. Also the fact that, again, like, you're just sort of like, I'm looking at myself, like, I don't think you would be like, oh yes, I'm gonna have my hand particularly posed like this and the other one like this.
Also, walking up to a moving mirror that's floating around. Yeah, something a little bit more in motion would be fun. It'd also be a good chance to have, like, expressiveness going on, of, like, you turn and look kind of thing, more of surprise.
Right.
On the other hand, if the mirror sort of is floating really slowly and holds still, it could be that you saw yourself, and then you kind of did this incredulous pose of, wait, that's what's in the mirror?
You're like, I bad, yes,
freaking what? Kind of thing. Especially if you have been defensive already towards the other person talking to you. That could just be a judgy pose at your own reflection. I turned to look with wide eyes, then back at the mirror again. Every last detail, down to the small pieces of metal embedded in my skin, which I'm now only noticing. It's all identical. I also wonder if the black spots, which I took as, like, freckles or spots, if you will, are actually the metal embedded in the skin. And it's basically sort of a form of, like, ritual scarification or, like, you know, piercing, if you will. The dermal piercing.
I mean,
or just
they do have
kind
one
of thing.
in their lip. Like,
that is an actual regular piercing,
yes.
yeah. But I'm just like, I wonder if that's what those are, because I don't actually know.
Yeah.
It's all identical. And then you know, look at your own skin and going, shit, I do have all that.
Aw, dang.
Then, just for a breath, the eel on my arm starts to wriggle.
Seems to.
But I blink and it's still again. I feel lightheaded. This is not right. But how? How am I in two places at once? I turn to the figure next to me. Are we dead? Is this the afterlife? And why do you know things when I don't? How is this fair? Who are you? They laugh. Soundlessly. I love that movement and giggle that people do where they shake with laughter but there's no sound.
This is too rich. You don't remember my name either.
Did we name them last time?
I think we did.
We did. We got to name them last time.
But the thing is they reject it.
Right.
Because it's not actually their name. So
it's
whatever you put in, they will
I was
reject.
Gonna say, and I don't even remember. I was like,
I don't remember what was this character's actual name? Because I kind of want to see actually if they respond.
I don't remember what their name was.
No! Oh, wait. Hang on.
Okay,
I think it was like Ilar. Hang on.
I think
Ilar.
Hang on. Ilyar?
Hang on.
I think that looks right.
Yeah, it's Ilar. It's Ilar.
Yeah,
no, it's Ilar.
Ilar. Okay, so Ilar. Okay, so we're gonna try that and see if they actually react to it. I wonder if the game then knows that you've played before.
Alright, this will be very funny.
Because this is something we didn't do before, so let's
No, we did not. I'm actually really curious.
Alright. They glance...
Oh, it is different?
Oh, they do respond. They respond if you remember them.
Okay, so sorry, we're actually like really going like, okay,
we're delighted. We loved the shit out of this game the first time. Even the very little that we played, even with it lagging like crazy. And everybody else in the stream was like, even with it lagging this bad, it's really interesting.
It's really cool.
It's really cool. They glance at me, eyes wide, but then slump lower.
I guess there's still hope for you. What else do you remember of me?
That's actually your name. Why don't I know anything else about you? An itch gnaws at the inside of my skull. Nothing, actually. Zero.
Aha!
None.
How shall I say this?
That look is so great. Just the little, Eyes closed and lips parted. Their voice is barely a whisper now.
The name's Ilar, your partner. Don't know what you did. You found you like this.
They push the words out with effort. I also love how distressed they are about the situation, even as they're trying to maintain their composure, you know? Like, it's very meaningful to me. I lean closer to listen.
A ritual must have gone astray and set loose the Abyss Devourer, stripping away your memories. Well, I did what I could. You'd be gone otherwise.
Also their level of composure of, I walked in, to the big, massive magic room and I saw my freaking partner on the floor, almost dead, being eaten by a freaking abyss, and I just went, I've got to take action right this second. Holy shit. Good job for composure and organization, right? Like, quick action. They're silent for a long stretch. I nudge them. Are you still with me? They open their eyes again and struggle to lift a hand and point towards the other side of the room, but it flops to the floor.
Sink me.
They're getting so quiet. I have to put my ear next to their mouth to hear them. Warm breath tickles me. Blood rushes into my ears.
Your desk. Your journal. Find the spells. Circular gate. Black powder mantra. Only way to save. No time. Go. Quick.
They slump to the floor. Holding my breath, I wait. A heartbeat like a hammer in my skull. Thump. Thump. The buzzing fills the would-be silence in between resonance and torment. I drive a thumb into my temple, crushing one pain with another. A futile effort. But, my friends, we will have to find out about this futile effort
in the next one! Oh my god, I'm so excited we get to play the remainder!
I am so excited for you guys to play this with us and to go through this game together. I think it will be amazing. Likes, comments, subscribes are always welcome. We love feedback and interaction. Also, if you think anyone else would like the series, please send it off their way. We would love to give this game some more exposure, even as little as we know about it. We have had nothing but a good experience so far.
Yes, this is a gorgeous game. God, I love the art style. I love the story so far. I've been always super intrigued by like everything we've ever run into with this particular thing. Like when we've been playing the game, like this is so much fun.
I also really love everything I've read about the creator's approach so far, including going more for solid, real feel character experience sort of thing, where there's nothing, as far as we know, in there that's specifically just to, let's have a meme or, a joke or whatever. It's really just, let's be a person.
Right.
And those things are fine. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying I'm really excited for this experience.
Yeah, like it just sounds like a lot of fun.
I'm just so thrilled that they went, I'm a traditional artist, and I'm going to make a game.
Yeah, it's just
super great. So cool.
All right, thank you very much, everybody, then, for joining us. Please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon.
Yes.
Please also feel free to comment. We would love to hear from you and your opinions on what is going on. And thank you so much for joining us. We love having you here. And you know what? I have been Scandal. So yeah, you can see our previous playthrough, you guys.
Yeah, where we just saved the different choices to do, like, ooh, maybe you could find another thing. And we're like, here we go.
It was also at the end of several sessions, so we've played this game about 3 times, and then it exploded. It's okay.
I mean,
because we couldn't put it any further. Like
every time, it was so they were small, and we just kept trying different things, and it was nonsense.
And it didn't work.
At any rate, you've been Scandal.
Yeah, I've been
and
Scandal.
I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you. Bye.